Next, Under the Lights. It's a Friday the 13th full of upsets. Don't be scared. Will the top team survive the Harvest Moon?
The bullseye's on our chest. We recognize that.
The Davie Bowl comes down to the wire. Yards after the catch is no problem for this week's Player of the Week.
We're going to war.
That's next, Under the Lights.
Pick your head up. We're still victorious.
Well, hello there. I'm Dave Aizer, and she is Kailey Mizelle.
And this is Under the Lights, Florida High School Football Final.
Brought to you by Honda. Now, week 4 of the high school football season brought with it a Freaky Friday.
Ooh.
We had a Friday the 13th and a Harvest Moon at the same time, which is a very rare occurrence.
In fact, the next time it happens is 30 years down the road, August 13th, 2049.
So since we're talking about rare occurrences, perhaps we'll have some upsets.
Maybe.
Let's find out. Number 1 ranked Lakeland and Hillsborough County to take on Plant City in a 7A Class District game. First series, Plant City's Mackenzie Kennedy drops back to pass, and there's one guy you can't throw at on Lakeland's defense. It's Fenley Graham. He takes it in for the score to make it 6-0 Dreadnoughts. The ref gives him an unsportsmanlike penalty for the Gator Chomp. Ref must be a no. All right, so that's jersey number 2. How about jersey number 1? DeMarcus Bowman totes the rock. The Dreadnoughts are a literal 1-2 punch. He goes 47 yards. He'd later finish it off with a 2-yard score, 13-3 Lakeland. Plant City not going away, though. Kennedy finds Mario Williams, who makes the nice adjustment, 20-10 at the half. Now, Kailey, if you were Lakeland's offensive coordinator, who would you call a play for after the half?
I don't know, maybe that guy, Bowman?
Yeah, that's probably a good choice. He goes 60 yards for the touchdown on the first play of the second half, 28-10 Dreadnoughts. And they can play some defense, too. Ooh! Lakeland hits Plant City in the mouth. Fenley Graham with the smack daddy. Lakeland wins 55-19.
And Dave, I know it's quick off the top, but we wanted to show some love for an awesome pick. While Fenley's was nice, this one closed the half, 7 seconds left. Kendall Dennis high points the ball, saves a touchdown. Now he takes a moment to get up after the pain of landing on his back, but that is our Vico painting defensive play of the week.
That is some athleticism. Number 2 ranked St. Thomas getting back to work after a 2-week hiatus, heading down the street to South Plantation for district action. Aquinas wastes no time. Zion Turner swing pass to Andrews Freeman, takes it 26 yards. 7-zip Raiders. After a quick punt, Turner finds some love for his tight end Jake Ray for the 20-yard touchdown. 14-0 Raiders. You see where this is going? You do. Zion hits Marcus Roseme, who fights his way to the 1-yard line. Aquinas scores 34 points in the second quarter. Jaden McBurrows is going to McBorrow this ball all the way to the end zone. St. Thomas gives Coach Roger Harriet 61 happy birthday gifts and cruise to a 61-0 win.
Third-ranked Columbia hosting Pine Forest Eagles in Lake City on Friday. Tigers rocking early. Jordan Smith looks left, fires to Jaden Williams, who gets a great block from his teammate and tiptoes down the sideline, leaving 4 Eagles players behind to get the score. Tigers capitalize on 3 turnovers, including the go-ahead interception in the 4th to win 21-13.
The 4th-ranked Northwestern Bulls are sitting on top of Dade County with a 2-1 record. Lone loss to super powerhouse IMG Academy of Bradenton. This week, district action against the Killian Cougars. Killian gets on the board first with this field goal 3 minutes into the first quarter. It was good by a lot. After a Bull fumble inside the 5, Frank Gore Jr.'s pass is complete to Northwestern's Ronald Delancey III, a former Vico Painting Play of the Week winner. He does it again. This time he runs 20 yards for the score. 7-3 Northwestern, and he just kept on running. Now, the Bulls' Nathaniel Noel walks it into the end zone as they keep on scoring, and on defense, here's a tip drill. This pass is knocked in the air. Bulls linebacker Terrence Lewis hauls it in for the interception, and the next thing you know, it's the, wait for it, Kailey, running of the Bulls.
Okay, I see.
Northwestern's offense, defense, and special teams all contribute. 48-13, Bulls win.
Number 5 Central was at the Traz to take on Southridge. Central, a 2-headed running back attack between Amari Daniels and Juan Henry. Henry started the game off with a pair of touchdowns, and they roll over Southridge 35-0.
3A defending state champion, the Chaminade Madonna Lions, taking on 4A powerhouse, the Carroll City Chiefs. And Chaminade gets on the board first with this 1-yard TD run by Thaddeus Franklin. The PAT was good, 7-zip. The Lions looking to add more. Junior QB Alex Law finds Elijah Canyon. The future Auburn Tiger makes it a 63-yard pass reception, setting up Andres Borregali's 31-yard field goal, and it's 10-0 Carroll City. Carroll City cuts the lead to 10-7 on Taiwan Cash's 1-yard bulldoze with 13 seconds left in the half. Now, in the second half, Cash makes the lead change. He rumbles 20 yards up the gut, and Carroll City with its first lead of the game, 14-10. Still in the third quarter, Chaminade answers with a 35-yard field goal to cut the lead to 1. We got ourselves a ball game here. Late fourth quarter, and this is controversial. It's 4th and 1. Carroll City trying to run out the clock. Chaminade's Kaylon Martin Brown stuffs the play for what looks like a 1-yard loss and a change of possession. Right? Wrong. Somehow the ball is ruled forward progress, gaining a yard, a difference of 2 yards. Chaminade drops a heartbreaker 14-13. Huge win for Carroll City.
The Friday the 13th jinx is for real. Just ask South Dade hosting Norland at Harris Field. South Dade QB Kelvin Durham scrambles right, decides to tuck it for the 8-yard touchdown run, and South Dade up early 7-0, but then back to punt. Front row. Henry Alfonso cannot get his hands on the ball. It goes through the back of the end zone for a safety, and that makes it 7-2. The Vikings take the next possession downfield. Jaden Williams connects with Charles Roberts on a bit of a tip drill, but hey, the result is good. 25 yards for the score, 9-7. On the first play of the second half, Jaden Williams finds Omari Stewart wide open, and Stewart goes 78 yards for the touchdown. Is there an upset in the making? The Vikings, they need a miracle, and South Dade gets it. Their defensive end, Terrell Battle, disrupts the play in the backfield, causes a fumble, and hey, they teach the scoop and score well. Battle did all he could. He get his team set up at the 2-yard line. Then Shezzy Matthews scores on the go-ahead touchdown. South Dade avoids the Friday jinx, winning 35-32 over Norland. And the Godby Cougars traveling down to 8th-ranked Edgewater. Dave, do not blink or you might miss this play. Christian Leary back for the punt, catches it off the bounce and off to the races. 56 yards for the punt return. And you might know this guy's name, Jimbo Fisher. Well, that is his son, Trey. He fakes the handoff, rolls left, makes the play to Alvin Jones. The third, he crosses the field to score. But that would be their only score of the night because Conley brothers combined for 4 touchdowns. Jeremiah, the younger brother, nabbed 3 of his own, and here is one of them as the Eagles slam the Cougars 48-7.
Believe it or not, that game had another beautiful special team score by Edgewater, and it's our Advent Health return of the week. It's a reverse! A kickoff return with trickeration. Jeremiah Connolly takes the pitch, almost gets tackled, but his knee does not touch the ground, so he gets right back up and keeps on running. Let's roll that back. Does the knee touch the ground? No, it does not. 86 yards for the score. Congrats to Edgewater's Jeremiah Connolly for bringing us our Advent Health return of the week.
Everything you got, they get. Everything you got, they get.
The 21st-ranked Booker T Washington Tornadoes in a big-time matchup as they took on the 10th-ranked Columbus Explorers. Third quarter, Booker T up 7-3 when defensive end Jeremiah Peters picks off Brandon McDuffie, rumbles all the way to the Explorers' 12-yard line. 2 plays later, Nigel Bethwell crosses the goal line, and it was 13-3. Then Booker T does some damage in the air. Quarterback Torrey Morrison scrambles to his right and finds Ternard Summerall for the score. The Tornadoes pummel the Explorers by the score of 34-11. First quarter's in the books, and no upset bug for us.
Hey, no, don't jinx us yet. For more information on everything to do with Florida high school football, visit utlflorida.com.
Coming up, from Orlando to Tampa, get your popcorn ready. Marching Band of the Week is coming up. Florida High School football final is driven by Honda. Visit your local Honda dealer today. And Advent Health. Our goal is to make you feel whole. And also brought to you by Florida Lottery. It's your ticket, claim it.
That's the Treasure Coast Titans playing in the rain up there in Port St. Lucie, giving some love But of course, we know you love the highlights. Here's Denellen Tigers facing the number 11 Vanguard Knights. Vanguard quarterback Stephen Curry snaps the Tigers' Javon Lee, jumps the pass, takes it to the house. Then Vanguard, well, they're going to come back. Dwayne McBride powers to the end zone, but Denellen doing everything right in this game. Trent Townsend airs it out to Jaquavion Frazier as the Tigers outlast and upset the Knights 23-20.
12th-ranked American Heritage went north up I-95 to take on 15th-ranked Trinity Christian. This game was all Heritage. The boys from Plantation took care of the Conquerors 31-17.
Huddle highlights here. The Rockledge Raiders hosting the Commodores, and the Rockledge defense shone bright, holding EU Galley to just 6 points while racking up 42 points of their own as they rolled over their new district rival since moving down to 5A 42-6. The number 20 Seminoles rocking out as they play host to the DeLand Bulldogs, who are playing the ball for the first time since August 23rd on 4th and 2. Seminoles running back Araya Pulijala goes 17 yards with the rock to set the tone for the Seminoles. In the second half, Bulldogs trying to do something, and what they didn't want to do was this, a Jaden Nerschel pass intercepted by Andre Johnson. That was one of 3 picks Nerschel threw in the 24-13 loss to the Fighting Seminoles.
The Christ Church Academy Eagles hit the road to face the Trinity Christian Academy Eagles. My money's on the Eagles. Trinity Christian flashing defense, a safety blitz, and nice tackling by Aaron Gilmore. But Christ Church would not be deterred. Handoff to Cadence Lamp. He runs right up the middle of the defense and straight for our camera guy. Eagles win, and they also lose.
Still to come, under the lights. Last-second heroics. The Davie Bowl comes down to the wire. Florida High School football final is driven by Honda. Visit your local Honda dealer today. And by Vico Painting Contractors, a commercial painting company that delivers top quality work and excellent customer satisfaction. Orlando Health, a not-for-profit network of leading community hospitals.
Welcome back to Under the Lights. Let's bring in our resident expert, the founder of FloridaHSFootball.com, Josh Wilson.
Josh, it was a wild weekend, another one. Tell me your initial reactions.
Well, it was definitely crazy, but I got to give props to Booker T. Washington, who are going to move up 8 spots in the top 25 this week after they shut down Henry Parrish Jr. With the Columbus Explorers. Just literally shut them down, and they're moving on up in the rankings.
Well, they're good, they're great, but they're not good enough to be in your top 5. So let's hear your top 5.
All right, let's go with number 5, Miami Central. The Rockets are back on track right now. They're looking good and solid. At number 4, the Miami Northwestern Bulls. They're definitely taking care of business after taking care of business with Miami Killian in the district opener. And then at number 3, those Columbia Tigers. They're really rolling right now. 4-0 start, really looking good for them. And at number 2, St. Thomas Aquinas finally back on the gridiron after a couple of weeks. And they have back on the winning side of things. And then at number 1 still is the Lakeland Dreadnoughts, just keeping it on rolling with their 19-game winning streak intact.
I want to know more about Columbia. Sell me on them. I know they're 4-0. I know that they beat Trinity, but give me more nuggets.
Well, look at Columbia. They've got several 3-star guys who are just really making a name for themselves, starting with quarterback Jordan Smith, and then going with Levante Camiel, who's a linebacker, and then at wide receiver Marquez Bell. All 3 of these guys are committed to Charlie Strong's program at USF, and they are making names for themselves on both sides of the ball, and that's why Columbia stands out and why they're at number 3.
Josh, thank you so much. As always, it's great to have you. And if you want to learn more from Josh, he's the master. Just go to his website, FloridaHSFootball.com.
Our first visit to South County Regional Sports Complex in St. Lucie, the Treasure Coast Titans hosting the Monsignor Pace Spartans. Such pretty skies there. Treasure Coast ran behind an unbalanced line for most of the first half, and it took about a whole half to figure out how to stop it. Keegan Dagas had a pair of touchdowns, as did Joey Flurgis. Flurgis ran 80 yards and had a pick-6 called back. He also hauled in this 22-yard touchdown. Treasure Coast spanks Monsignor Pace 37-6.
Monarch taking its perfect 3-0 record to Parkland to face Stoneman Douglas. First quarter, Monarch QB Peter Zamora can't escape Ryan Belk, who gets the safety. 7-2 Monarch. Then Douglas tailback Brian Smith plunges into the end zone. Douglas takes the lead 9-7. Second quarter going with the Friday the 13th theme. It's a monster mash, as in Jarrell Mash. He chugs 35 yards for the score. Big night for the Masher, 3 TDs and 93 yards rushing, 14-9 Monarch. Douglas place kicker Mason Hall drills this field goal before the half to cut the lead to 14-12. 8 minutes left, Monarch up 20-18. Douglas's Matthew O'Dowd finds action Jackson Green for the 71-yarder. We got a barn burner. Monarch comes right back. The mash man punches it in for the touchdown, and the hotline bling. You can call him on his cell. Sorry, Drake, sorry. Now for the drama, full moon music cued. Douglas with 2 seconds left on the clock for the game winner. Yes! He nailed it, Kailey.
I don't think so. They called a timeout, icing the kicker.
Well, actually, it's more like icing the long snapper because this one bounces. Christian Higgins picks up the one hopper, keeps it alive, finds Brian Smith in the end zone. Are you kidding me?
What?
Douglas wins. Douglas wins 30-26, and the Eagles stay unbeaten.
And we couldn't have anything better for our Orlando Health Delivery of the Week, Christian Higgins, to Brian Smith for the game winner.
Quack. I mean, it's a bit of a duck,
Yeah.
if we're being honest.
But great play.
But they did win the game, so, you know, who cares?
And it's our Orlando Health Delivery of the Week. Deserved.
Well deserved. Well deserved. This is the part where the players hold up a 4 in the air.
I think you mean the fourth quarter, right?
Fourth quarter, 4 fingers. This is our turn.
Okay. Well, it's your turn. If you want to give a shout out to a featured player of the week, you can use the hashtag UTLFlorida.
Still to come, this week's big game feature is a battle. The Florida Lottery Pick 4 Player of the Week is Keyshawn Brown from Monsignor Pace High School. Brown had 9 catches for 336 yards and 2 touchdowns.
A bright full moon shone as Tampa Bay Tech traveled to plant in the rowdy crowd. Panthers' Tucker Gleason takes the snap, finds the hole into the end zone. Plant down, but finding a spark. Tampa Bay Tech responds. David Wright finds Dante Harris, who makes it 21 yards to the house. And any spark Plant had was put out by Titans cornerback Damari Petaway, who had not just 1, not just 2, Dave, but 3 interceptions on the night, even cashed 1 in for 6. Tampa Bay Tech's all-out assault took down Plant 40-14. 3-0 Gaither hosting East Bay. Gaither quarterback Tony Bartello finds the receiver named Speedy Pittman for the 45-yard score. Bartello on fire this season, 16 touchdowns in 4 games as the Cowboys move to 4-0 for the first time in 19 years.
The Gulliver Prep Raiders hosting the Immaculata LaSalle Royal Lions. Pick it up in the first quarter, Francis Coronado to pass. Gabrielle Taylor says, I'll just go ahead and take that all the way to the house. Touchdown, Gulliver. Now on offense for Gulliver, deep ball down the left sideline. Amin Hassan makes a nice catch. We call that a nifty grab. Gets himself 6 points. More Gulliver offense and more Hassan inside handoff. And it's a foot race, and spoiler alert, Kailey, nobody's going to catch him. Gulliver rolls 44-0.
Cambridge Christian hosting Admiral Farragut. Opening drive, Cambridge quarterback Titan Williamson looks to the sideline. Martell Mott was right there. Mott returns the pick, 34 yards for a touchdown. And the Blue Jackets gain an early 7-0 lead. Let's try this again. Williamson flushed out of the pocket, gets it off just in time. Preston Snyder down the sideline to the diving end zone. Good for a touchdown. Lancers use the momentum. Williamson hands off to Ronald White, and the rest is history as Cambridge improves to 4-0 on the season in a 27-9 win over Admiral Farragut.
Every week we pick a game to go all access on. This week, the Davie Bowl was screaming for our cameras. We'd like to thank Western for the hospitality. Butter the popcorn, here we go.
Fans showed up 2 hours early to tailgate before Davie's biggest game of the year between 2 rivals.
We're going to war.
Bragging rights on the line in the Davie Bowl. The 2-1 University Sharks versus the undefeated Western Wildcats.
Front Johnson for the Monday Night We Rock!
University head coach Daniel Luque has his team prepared for the special night. It's Friday the 13th with the harvest moon, a rare occurrence that happens once or twice in a generation. The 38 strong come through the smoke wearing Jason masks, fulfilling their role as the villain. University's general is quarterback Nick Vattiato. who had to sit out the previous week's loss due to concussion protocol. Western's answer is on defense in number 20, James Williams. The number 1 rated junior in the state is the 4th top prospect in the nation. University Dom Pagano's interception gives the Sharks field position at midfield. University finally broke through early in the second quarter. Vattiato found Brandon Innes for the 25-yard touchdown. Both defenses traded turnovers, back and forth like a tug-of-war. But James Williams answers the call for duty by making a play you see on Sundays, high-pointing the ball and bringing it down over 2 University receivers. The interception ends the scoring threat. Number 20 spins the ball in excitement of the play and is flagged for unsportsmanlike conduct. The only offense for Western in the first half was a safety. 7-2 was the score at half. While the law outside the stadium was directing traffic, the law on the field sacked the best player on the field. After a 3-and-out to start the second half, James Williams picked up his second unsportsmanlike penalty. Whether it was something he said or the hand gesture to pump up the crowd, it wasn't going to continue the rest of the game according to the back judge. Nick Vattiato's secret weapon comes in a small package, as in Dion Small. Friday the 13th will never be the same for Western as number 13 catches the swing pass and jukes a cat, then heads 36 yards through the heart of the Western defense. The score was 14-2 with just 4 minutes left in the battle. Freshman quarterback Colin Hurst answered the call, coming in like a relief pitcher in baseball, throwing strikes with pinpoint accuracy. On 4th and 7 with his back against the wall, Colin maneuvered his way through the Shark frenzy. The stretch at the goal line cuts the lead to 5 with just under 2 minutes left. After a stop on defense, Western would have to go 80 yards in 50 seconds. First, Hurst moves the chains with his feet, then his arm, finding Karan St. Louis down the sideline. That put the ball at the 14-yard line with just 14 seconds left. University defense tightened in the red zone, forcing a turnover on downs on 4th and 3.
That's what it's about, baby. That's why you came here, man. Redemption, baby.
For University, a huge win in a playoff atmosphere, and the chance to celebrate with the Davie Trophy.
Time now for the Lottery Pick 4 Twitter poll. You go ahead and vote for your favorite player. Here are this week's nominees. Make sure you hit us up to vote, and we'll have the results for you in next week's show. So many highlights, so little time.
Thanks for watching Under the Lights, presented by Honda. We'll be back next week with more action.